What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for episode 6 of Saturday morning. And this week there really wasn't too much to talk about in the world of action figures. There were a couple cool things that I was excited about, but the big thing I was excited about this week was the Avengers Infinity War trailer, and we'll get to that in a second. Real quick, let's talk about the Marvel Select Spider-Man figure. And what it is pretty much the re-release of the Homecoming suit Marvel Select Spider-Man, and this time around he's coming with an unmasked Peter Parker head, but he does not come with the masked Spider-Man head, and I think that's ridiculous. I think that it's whack that they did that. I really wish that they just included the unmasked head to begin with. For some reason they didn't. I know they like to do the thing. I know they like to do this sometimes, and they'd make it like a Disney Store exclusive, and I think that's the case with this Spider-Man figure, but I really think that's weak. They did the same thing with the Juggernaut figure. It wasn't a Disney Store exclusive, but they released one version that had a helmet and then one version without the helmet, and I don't know, I think that's just weak when they could just fit both of those things into one packaging. Really, I think they should do that instead of trying to force fans to buy both of them. I think that's really cheap on their part. I'm a huge fan of Marvel Select and Diamond Select in general. They make a lot of cool figures, but I just don't like when they do that. I think that's really cheap and kind of like, you know, kind of dirty to do to the fans, you know. But it's not a huge deal. I'm still a big fan, and I do think that that Homecoming suit Marvel Select Spider-Man figure is a really nice figure. I reviewed it a while back, and I was like pleasantly surprised. I didn't think I'd like it so much, and I mean, it's cool that they're giving people the opportunity to get the unmasked head if they'd like, but I just don't like the way that they went about it. And the other thing I saw this week that I was excited about was the Comic-Con exclusive Figure Arts Stealth Iron Man, and it looks like that's just Iron Man Mark III repainted blue, and I'm okay with that. He looks nice. I don't know if Figure Arts has done a stealth suit Iron Man yet. I can't remember off the head, but I think that one looks really cool, and I'm not really 100% sure if it's a Comic-Con exclusive. Some people were saying that, but I'm not sure if that's confirmed. But that would be cool, and if that's the case, I do plan on picking him up at Comic-Con, but we'll see about that. Another cool thing was somebody down in Mexico was able to find the brand new Marvel Legends Astonishing Ant-Man 2-pack, and I didn't think that set was going to come out this soon. I thought it'd be closer to the movie. I did suspect that a lot of these figures would come out really quick that we saw at New York Comic Con, but I was surprised to see that that was one of the first that jumped out. But I'm not really sure about that 2-pack. I don't really think that I'm going to pick it up. It looks okay. I'm sure when I see it in person I'll like it a lot and want to get it, but it's not something that I'm going crazy about. But it is cool that it's popping up and that people found it. And the thing that I was most excited to see this week was the Avengers Infinity War trailer. It was amazing. After I watched it, I was so excited. I was talking to everybody about it. There's so many cool things in there. Let's get right into it. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so if you're sensitive about spoilers, I'm going to mention a few things from the comic book that could potentially be considered spoilers if it happens in the movie, or, you know, I'm not sure how closely the movie's going to tie to the comic book or any of that stuff. So, you know, if you're really sensitive about spoilers, please skip this next part. I don't want to ruin anything for anybody, but let's get right into it. So the trailer starts off with a couple city shots that look cool, and then it jumps right into Gamora talking about how much of a threat Thanos is, and it's cool because it really establishes like how dangerous he is just in this trailer. You know, for us people that are into like the comic books and action figures, we all know what's up with Thanos. You know, all the Marvel fans know what's up with Thanos, but just random people don't, you know. So this trailer does a really good job of setting up why he's so crazy and like how destructive he could be and how much of a threat he is. So I loved, and it was just a few sentences from Gamora, so that was awesome. And I loved Tony Stark's response. It didn't really necessarily look like he was afraid, but he looked like he was determined to not be defeated by this, just by like asking for his name again. And I didn't feel like he was afraid. I felt like he was ready to go for it. I mean, I don't think he knows what he's getting into, but it looks like he was ready to go for it. And then it moves along with Tony Stark kind of devising a plan, and it shows Vision, it shows Scarlet Witch, and it sucks because I'm afraid that the Vision is a goner. I'm sure that like if you put 2 and 2 together, Thanos is coming for the Infinity Stones. He has an Infinity Stone. I don't think he's gonna make it past this movie, which sucks. He was my favorite Avenger when I was growing up. I really wasn't a big Avengers fan when I was a kid, but I liked 2 Avengers, and that was Vision and Hawkeye. And speaking of Hawkeye, he's not even in the trailer, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. Hopefully we hear something. Hopefully, I did hear he's in the movie, so I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what he would do against Thanos, but maybe he comes and saves the day at the end, you know, who knows. But yeah, he wasn't in the trailer. And then it moves on. It shows Cap meeting up with T'Challa, and what was interesting in the shot with Cap, you also see War Machine and Vision in the back, along with Scarlet Witch and some other people that were like on Tony's side at the end of Civil War. I know that was a mess kind of by the end, but it seemed like at some point you know, they fixed what was wrong with the Avengers, and now they're all together. So that was really cool to see. Unless they did that in a movie and I just missed it. I'm kind of the last movie I'm going based off of was Civil War, and at the end of that they kind of didn't really make up. But it looks like they're all made up here and they're ready to go. Maybe they take care of that really quickly in the beginning of the movie, and then we move on. And then it goes on to show some pretty funny interaction between Star-Lord and Iron Man and Spider-Man, and I think all that stuff's cool, but I really hope that they don't go too crazy with the humor. I'm all for the humor in the Marvel movies, but I think that there's a time and a place for it, and I don't think Infinity War is that time or place. But I mean, a couple jokes here and there I'm good with, so that was a perfect joke between those two characters. And another crazy thing that I really hope that they expand on and we see a lot of is when Thanos like kidnaps Gamora. I guess like he kills her planet and then kidnaps her, and I love the shot of them holding hands and then them walking. It's so like eerie, you know, and it looks like sweet almost, but we know like the truth behind it. It's really disturbing, but it looked amazing. And then it shows a little bit of Dr. Strange and Dr. Strange fighting with one of the members of the Black Order. And that doesn't look like that's going too good for him. And around this point you hear Thanos talking about how after he's done, half of humanity won't exist. And I mean, that's crazy too. At that point he's grabbing Thor by the head and it looks like he's crushing his skull. I think that part is at the beginning of the movie, so I really don't think that Thor's gonna die. Not right there anyways, but we'll see what happens by the end of the movie. And yeah, just a lot of crazy stuff happening in that movie. A lot of exciting things. And then my favorite part of the trailer is when it shows Thanos and Captain America kind of facing off. And it's dope because Captain America is like holding the Infinity Gauntlet and he's like going against Thanos, and Thanos is like crushing him, but it looks like, you know, I mean, Thanos obviously isn't like full force against Captain America because he would just destroy him, but it looks like he's kind of like just messing with them, but at the same time kind of respecting what Captain America's doing. And that really reminded me of that panel in the comic book from Infinity Gauntlet where Cap stood up to Thanos and, you know, didn't really work out, but that really reminded me of that. I swear I almost shed a tear. That scene was so dope. I cannot wait to see that in the movie. To me it looks like that's going to be in the beginning of the movie, because if you notice he didn't have all the Infinity Stones, or maybe, you know, they're trying to trick us or whatever, but I really think that that's going to be in the beginning of the movie. And that kind of worries me, because then you don't really see Captain America when we see all the crazy cosmic destruction and all that. Captain America's nowhere to be seen. So I mean, I'm really afraid that something bad happens to Cap like in the first half of the movie or something. I hope not. I hope he really makes it through this Infinity War, but I really don't. I don't know. It's not looking good. So that's my quick little breakdown of the Avengers Infinity War trailer. Basically, I'm super excited. I cannot wait for that. It's going to be amazing. I'm sure it's going to be one of the biggest movies ever and all that good stuff, but I really just hope that it's an awesome movie. And if these trailers are any indication, I think that, you know, we're in good hands and it's gonna be amazing. I just cannot wait for that. And in honor of the Infinity War trailer, this week's action figure spotlight of the week is gonna go to the Marvel Select Thanos figure. And this was an amazing set when it came out. It came with both of these figures, so you got Thanos and Lady Death. It has an interchangeable hand, so you could have the Infinity Gauntlet, or you could just have his regular glove, which is a fist. And what's really cool about Lady Death here is her face comes off and it reveals, let's pop that off there, you have her like Grim Reaper-ish type of face. And this figure was awesome because you could even get him to fit in with Marvel Legends if you'd like. He is a little bit big, but that's obviously okay for Thanos. I always thought that it was fine to put him in with Marvel Legends. And you know, up until recently, we never had a Marvel Legends Thanos figure, so this was the go-to thing. And for a while, this figure became kind of rare, but then they re-released it, so everybody was able to get it. But he's an awesome figure. He does have like pretty good articulation, but nothing crazy. But it's pretty much on the same level as like a Marvel Select Hulk figure, other than like he has no ab crunch. But other than that, he has pretty much anything that any big, huge Marvel Legends figure would have. So in general, this figure was just awesome. I think that it's one of the best Select figures ever. They seem to always kill it with comic book villain figures, and Thanos is no exception. And it was just really cool that you could get this for 25 bucks, you know, with both of these figures, pretty much both important characters. So this is a cool set. If you don't have it, be sure to grab it. And that's it for the action figure of the week, Thanos. So that's it for episode 6 of Saturday Morning. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please be sure to leave a comment letting me know what you think of the Avengers trailer. Let me know what you think about the Marvel Select Spider-Man. Let me know what you think about the figure arts, Stealth Iron Man. Let me know about all that cool stuff. I love reading the comments and talking to everybody in the comment section. That's the main reason I like to do these Saturday morning videos, is to kind of engage with people and just have cool comic book action figure movie discussion. So please be sure to leave a comment. And that's it. Thank you very much. Peace.